タイム。
Michael Bowden, back again, aka Destiny Hero Mike. And welcome back to D-Time Live Duels. Sorry, I can't yell at this time because, you know, I have guests here and whatnot, and it's late night, so I don't want to be too loud. I do want to be respectful, but yes, as you guys see, this is Pure Neos versus Spright, and here I actually won a die roll for once, which is really nice. And here in this tournament, despite how well this deck performed, I ended up just getting X2, so I'm not ready to show a deck list yet because I've made another tweak. I'm constantly tweaking this deck, but in the main phase we start off with A Hero Lives and no hand traps. But yeah, I'm constantly tweaking Neos, Pure Neos that is. It's not easy. This deck is very difficult to use, let alone build. And the core skeleton that I put together, that took a big level amount of thinking. So this project that we're working on here, this deck called Neos, this project called Neos, I mean, it's really helped blow my channel up. But you see, we get the Stratos, that OT Stratos. Right now, I'm digging the OT Stratos more than my Starlight Stratos. And he goes to add to my hand the Shadow Mist, as you guys can see. And then we just engage Neo Spaces, pure gas, man. We send off that Shadow Mist from hand to graveyard for cost, and the Grand Mole from the deck for cost, and we special summon our Spirit of Neos from the deck, as well as our mandatory polymerization, and then new Chain Link 1, Spirit of Neos, and Chain Link 2, the what is that? Shadow Mist. And we see we get our Liquid Soldier and our polymerization, and like shout out to one of the subscribers down in the comments, and then we also get the favorite contact that they made the distinction about the thing with Calamities, the King of Calamities, Hot Red, that it does read the same as Neos, the Cosmo Neos, and that they're able to activate card. And then we pop off polymerization, and I'm assuming we're gonna send the Liquid Soldier and Stratos for the Sunrise. And we're gonna go Chain Link 1 and 2, get Miracle Fusion as Chain Link 2 Sunrise. And it reads the same as Cosmo Neos reads the same, and that they can activate cards from the hand and or the graveyard. But we draw 2, we're gonna discard 1. But my issue with that is that it says the cards for this turn cannot be activated, comma, also cards on the field. Graveyard is kind of understandable, but it says cards cannot be activated. Cards. Your opponent cannot activate cards, then comma. So that means that should include hand and graveyard. And also, another fun fact, Calamities, we discard the Crosskeeper, and then we Neos Fusion. Calamities says when this card is summoned. This is why this card can miss timing. But Neos, Cosmo Neos says if this card is summoned. I don't think that changes much of what they do as far as effect wise, but you're definitely not going to be a response to Calamities, period, point blank. And Neos, period, point blank, and nor can it respond, and it just locks you out. And as you see, we bring out the Brave Neos way over there, and then that triggers our, what is that, the in the graveyard, because we sent the regular Neos and we sent the Crosskeeper. When we draw 2, which triggers a Crosskeeper, the Neos Fusion, draw 2, return 1 from the hand to the bottom of the deck. So I'm thinking, you know, they shouldn't, the way it reads, they shouldn't be able to activate cards in hand or graveyard, period, for the rest of the turn. That wouldn't make any sense. Now, cards that special summon like Cyber Dragon, that doesn't activate. We're talking about cards like Honest. Well, it activates. It's a card that activates, but that's okay. I mean, this is niche. Like this, and then I end my turn onto their turn. This is just a niche situation, okay? Like they're not gonna have a Necro Gardener. They're not gonna have an Honest. They're talking about Tinny. Well, you can't activate a Tinny in a graveyard because that starts a new chain link. That wouldn't make any sense. And even if you can, you cannot bounce the Cosmo Neos with, like, say, a Tenyi Vishuda to the hand because favorite contact prevents that from happening. So even if they somehow could, but they activate the Rite of Armesier in their main phase. Finally, they're on their turn. So that, I mean, even if they could activate something from the graveyard, such as the, it's just gonna be, or even like, it's just gonna be a halfway turn because they can't activate anything else. So, and I'm doing this in their standby phase, so the entire tier limit engine is gonna be shut down, and they can't do anything in the standby phase. We're talking about today, modern cards today. Honest is not a modern card. Sword Soul isn't even being played like that, so we don't have to worry too much about the Tenyi. And I don't think anybody's playing Necro Gardener, so I think it's fine. Don't worry, guys. We're fine. We're fine because you're gonna do it in standby phase. It's fine. So I don't think anybody's playing Honest or Honest Neos or anything like that in hand. That wouldn't make any sense. Even if that can activate, which doesn't make any sense. It really doesn't make any sense. Even if it can, just it's not much to worry about. But we see in the standby phase, we pop off, or in chain, we pop off the tangent aside, we pop off the favorite contact, and we're gonna send back the Grand Mole, Neos, and the what is that? And the Dark Panther to bring out the to bring out Nebula Neos, and then Nebula Neos is going to draw one and stop that fateful adventure for the turn. So really awesome. Feels really good there. So yeah, this is a pretty formidable board, and I do believe I have a Spirit of Neos in hand. I'm not sure. I don't remember. Probably not. But yeah, pretty formidable setup. And you see they have their token, but and they do have a play here, even though it looks like it doesn't. They indeed do have a play. So and here we are. Let's see what we're gonna do here. But yeah, that's my thing about the whole hand and graveyard thing with versus Cosmo Neos. It's like, even if they can big whoop, because I want to say 99.9% of the rest of their hand is going to be shut down. So then he triple tactics talent. Really good card this format. He goes for the hand. Really insane card this format. Yeah, I do have a Spirit of Neos in hand. And you guys see how the follow-up Miracle Fusion, which is really powerful. And he's going to send the emergency call because I suppose he does not want me to have a Stratos. But yeah, you see how good that was with the Nebula Neos to stop the the Faithful Adventure continuous spell. Then he goes starter, the Spright starter. But what do you guys think of this format? How do you guys feel about Spright, and how do you guys feel about tier limit? I feel they're both strong, but nah, I've seen crazier. I've been around in this game for a very long time, and it's not as hype as it's not as crazy as the OCG was. It is, because you have to take into account they have maxi things of that nature. We don't, and they have other cards that we don't even have. They have entire sets that we don't have. But you see, he goes for blue, and then blue gets the Jet. And the Jet does his search. And look, it's a formidable boss board, so he's going to have a pretty hard time with my board. And even if he could get the Draco Equip spell, the favorite contact prevents that from being targeted. And he's asking what my board does, and I'm explaining to him what my, what kind of protections I may or may not have. And yeah. And so, and by the way, then he summons, it looks like the carrot. By the way, guys, I've done some changes, and I think I really want to kind of go back to the Shining Neos Wingman plays. That card is insane. Yeah, we love, my channel mainly focuses on turn skip and stuff like that, as you guys have been seeing. But okay, then he summons the Ibly, Then they links those two off for the elf. But you know, I'm really gonna the Neil's Wingman. That card is insane. Like if I were able to Neil's Wingman like right now, man, I should have gone for that and just blown his board up. You know, I should have like really focused on that line of play. So I'm going back to that. Then he's gonna link these guys off into the gigantic. He's gonna link off the elf and the other material for a gigantic. Then he links off the carrot. Excuse me, his late night carrot and the blue for the baby shark exit. And then he's gonna detach and then go to battle phase, but he's gonna try to. I think he's gonna attack the. What do we have here in the grave? Counting, yeah, we're just counting. He's gonna try to run over something, and he looks like he was kind of in a really uncomfortable position because the Nebula Neos did a number on that Brave Adventure card, man. That Adventure Continuous spell card. So yeah, God, we have a negate. It's really cool. But I feel like maybe it could have been just a little more effective if we probably went for the Neil's Wingman line instead with the favorite contact. That card is crazy because it just destroys cards, man. So I think I want to focus more on that line of play, especially in the side decking. I could take out like two Neospatians, and then just like I don't care. I only need one Neospatian, so I can. Then he's gonna go to battle phase and attack, but then that triggers my. What is that? Triggers my Sunrise. But I'm thinking I could just side deck out two Neospatians, keep one in, because we're only going to need to resolve engage Neospace once in the duel. So whether we draw that one Neospatian or the one Neospatian is in the deck, technically all we need is one Neospatian to play that card. And then he just goes to scoop because, you know, his position wasn't very comfortable. So we're going into the next game. But yes, if you guys are enjoying some of that Neos power and negation, you guys see the Neos does have a negate, albeit it's a weak form. It's the weakest form of negate, but it's still a. But we get a draw and a negate, albeit it's the weakest form of negate, but it's still a negate, and we get a draw simultaneously. What more can you ask for? Imagine a card that just negates and you draw. But yeah, sidetrack. Smash that like button and subscribe. Welcome to DTime Yu-Gi-Oh. And also, I've ran a poll, and so far, Neos is kicking the D's butt on what content do you enjoy more currently. And so far, my viewers are just enjoying Neos. So, however, I will return to the D soon to give y'all the D. So I will return. I absolutely will return to the D, guys. But right now, Neos is where it's at, and I want to listen to my audience. So I appreciate you guys, and I appreciate the channel membership supporters. You guys are just absolutely great. But with that said, we're going to go ahead and jump into the next game. All right, and we are back into the next game here. We back. We back to the next game, baby. And then he's going to start off with the Rite of Amnesia. I really hope this package gets hit. I think Rite of Amnesia can be at 3. The Enchantress could be at 3. Griffin Rider should just be banned. That way it's less cards, you know. It's less cards gone. So this game, I messed up on it. I think in this game. I think I could have played this game better. And we're going to see how I mess up here. He gets the Griffin Rider. But yeah, he starts off with the Avenger package. And for some reason doesn't summon the Griffin Rider. Then he sets a face down and ends turn. But yeah, these trap blowout cards, to combat that, instead of just banning everything, just bring Red Reboot back to like 3. That's really how I feel about it. Honestly, 2 to 3. I think Red Reboot should come to 2 to 3. Absolutely. To deal with cards like these one blowout cards that you just set it and forget it and just win. Okay, that's fine, but I think Red Reboot should go to 3. 2 to 3. So we start off with the emergency call because there's just so many trap floodgates and blowout traps yeah, like, I mean, we're gonna just put all of them on the list at once. I don't see that happening. But we get Stratos, and then we normal summon the Stratos to search. But yeah, this list here, I've made another tweak. So guys, here I'm gonna keep making these tweaks to this deck This stuff is not easy. But we go ahead and I'm about to yawn. Excuse me. We go ahead and add our Liquid Soldier from deck to hand. And I see you guys are really enjoying these live duels, so I'm gonna keep them coming, man. Pause. I'm gonna keep them in circulation. I think that's we Crosskeeper. Then he's gonna get the equip spell on my summon, which I did not know that with the adventure spell card. Then I think he's trying to avoid Dark Ruler no more, so that's why he did not summon the Griffin Rider. But then he waited for my polymerization. You guys see I summoned Neos with the, which really hurt me, Crosskeeper, and then he activates the, I activate polymerization, then they chain the barrier, which destroys my deck because I only fusion summon, very similar to Branded. And that sucks. And so this is why I think, yeah, anti-spell fragrance, stuff like that, all the same. I really think Red Reboot should go to 2 to 3. I like at least 2. I think 2 is a good number. I think that card should go to 2. That's why I lose the game here. No, it's not why I lose the game here, honestly. I could have played this better. But I won't lie, that hurt a lot. I push over the token and attack, and then he ends his turn. I end my turn, and then he gets another spell card. Like I don't think this spell he gets another adventure token, Rite of Armesia. I don't think this card would be nearly as valuable without Griffin Rider. I think Griffin Rider should just be banned as well. See, I get to actually complain about the meta because I play in it. I participate in the meta. So cards that I don't like and I have a gripe with, I can complain about it because I actually do play. So and I make content from my gameplay. You know, just push out fluff here. We don't push out fluff. You know, we push out real stuff here. So then we oh yeah, I looks like I set a card and why did I make this play when I could have saved it for the following turn? Well, perhaps I was worried about Griffin Rider. But yeah, we send our Neos. And then we send back our Neos, our Aqua Dolphin, which is water. Bring out the see, I messed this up. Then I played this bad. Then I bring out the Absolute Zero, which I attempt to target my Cross Keeper in the graveyard to draw 2, and he negates it with the Griffin Rider, which please ban Griffin Rider. Because it's just stupid. Then look, and now it can't be bounced back with the. Now that's so cool when you bring out. He's gonna bounce back the Stratos. It's so cool when you bounce back the. When you bring out the Absolute Zero with the favorite contact because they can't bounce it back. But yeah, he bounces back the Stratos. So there's another misplay I make here too. Then I go to standby, and what does he do? Then he activates a Trap Trick card, and I think I think he's gonna probably get another D barrier. Banishes a trap from his deck. No, he gets the Pointer. So he goes into some crazy trap side to just really disrupt me most of the game. So it's a frustrating game because he does not have a Spright board, and it feels like I should win. And I think I messed this up. I really feel like I messed this up. So I don't know. It was just an awkward, simplified game state. Very frustrating. And in grind states like this, I should really like slow it down. You know, I don't think I needed to use that favorite contact. So I'm really kicking myself here. But he gets a favorite Pointer and he hits the Stratos in my hand. So he was gonna send it back anyways. So I really wish Red Reboot was at 2, at least 2. I'm gonna keep saying that. That's 2 blowout trap cards so far. So yeah, it's pretty whack. 2 blowout trap cards. So, and that's how he's able to survive here. You guys saw I had the poly. I was just gonna light him up, but yeah. So there's that. Then he Griffin Riders on resolution, and now I can't really do anything. So very frustrating game. You guys can hear the frustration in my voice here. I'm flustered in this game. I'm trying to, but I really feel like okay, this build is better now since this game. And I've made some improvements since this game, I think, for the deck. And he summons a Griffin Rider again, so I'm being out advantaged here. I can't get over the Griffin Rider with the Absolute Zero. Again, I think because I messed up. I really messed up here. My hand is pretty dead, so we seem to see, okay, we seem to have some sort of, I don't think it's a discrepancy, but my Absolute Zero isn't going to do anything, so he's going to bide his time until he gets into the Spright engine, so I can't get over any of this. So yeah, super annoying for me. Then I have to end my turn. That pointer just ended my turn, and he gets the starter. And yeah, so from here, it's just pretty much downhill. I feel like I just want to just be like, okay, yeah, it's just auto scoop from here. So yeah, then he goes into the combo. So yeah, I'm just gonna, what do we do here? What happens? He can't bounce back my, he can't, like, so Spright, I am having an issue with currently with this deck, but who isn't? Who isn't? So here, so yeah, all I have is Absolute Zero. I don't really have much of a crazy hand. My draw wasn't really crazy either. So here we're just gonna jump to the next game. And we are back. So sorry about that last game. That was just scoop mode. We're going first again, where I really should win this match. I absolutely should win this match. And let's see how it goes down. And then we start off with the Cross Keeper to summon the Spirit of Neos. And the Spirit of Neos will add our Engage Neospace, which Engage Neospace is not nearly as good if you search it versus when you hard draw it. So yeah, but we engage Neospace, and I don't have much choice. So, and we send our Aqua Dolphin and our Shadow Mist. We're just gonna try to turn skip. There's really nothing I can even really add from the deck, but we bring out the Neos because he's 3,500, and I really like that. Now, the one weakness I've figured out with the Spright, they have trouble getting over stuff. So something, strong as 35, they're gonna have to take a weird route. So they have to take, like, yeah, the board is gonna be less oppressive and more focused on aggression. But then with the Shadow Mist, we're gonna add the Stratos and normal summon the Stratos. And then we get the Liquid Soldier, draw 2, see what we get. This is more of a riskier hand. We're trying to just draw into what we can, but we're not seeing anything really crazy or oppressive, unfortunately. So then we get the Sunrise, then just Chain Link 1 and 2 with the Sunrise and the Liquid Soldier. I'm going to add Miracle Fusion, and I'm going to draw 2 and discard 1. So tomorrow's tournament, well, by the time you guys are watching this, today's tournament, I'm really hoping for some results, guys. I'm really hoping to top. I'm really hoping to get a new strong deck list to you guys. Seriously. And some more recorded games. And we drew a dead. It's just a crap hand, I'm not gonna lie, man. It's just lackluster. We discard another. We drew into a dead Engage, and then we Miracle Fuse into the Escorial by banishing. Because I'm hoping for at least, okay, now at least I'm hoping for a Dark Law. I think I have a Dark Law play, but I draw 2 with the Cross Keeper by banishing, because I summon the Escorial off of the Miracle Fusion by banishing Stratos and the Escorial, so we can have a Dark for our Mass Change. Then we set 2 and in turn, or 3 and in turn. Pretty lackluster. It's not really a real board. We have Escorial, a Sunrise, 3,500 Neos, and but I'm testing, so, and a defense position Spirit of Neos, and we just want to test. We got to fill this out, man. And then we're able to Dark Law as well. But look, he has Rite of Amnesia again. I do not like this card. This card really upsets me. It is insane going first and second. It's just turn the brain off. I look, if I'm gonna nag and complain, but then I see I side deck Ghost Ogre. See, we don't nag and complain without having answers. I have the right to nag and complain. I had the answer. We Ghost Ogre that. Perfect Ghost Ogre card. But now, guess what? Now we get to go into the we go into the Spright engine now. Yay! So, you know, the Ghost Ogre is, unless they brick, the Ghost Ogre is not going to do a whole lot unless they brick. But then, I don't know why I let this pass, but I think on normal summon, what I should have done was the mass change. Or what am I waiting for? Because he just draws the nuts on me. He ends up getting the the TTT as well. So he just really had the nuts too. This is so annoying. I do not like the adventure package. It really upsets me. It's just now I get to cry and moan. I even put a solution in against it, and I'm still having a problem. I really am, bro. The fact that this deck can do this going second against a... I have a Dark Law board, and I don't think I ended up getting into the turn skip, unfortunately. I was like one Neo Spatian off, unfortunately, so it was pretty unfortunate for me. But he links off into the Water Enchantress, and he's going to take my Aqua Dolphin, and yeah, there's that. And then there, what do I do? What do you do? And then I mass change, yeah, so that... Because now I'm thinking about access code talkers, so we want to prevent things from going to the graveyard, so we mass change away our Escurite out and bring out the Dark Law. So much. So sorry about some of the name, guys. There's just so much to keep up with, you know, in terms of commentary. So, and then yeah, oh man, I really don't like. Then he's able to use the Enchantress for his follow up. Yeah, and I honestly should have Dark Lawed before then. But then look, he has the Tactics too. Not yet. Okay. He summons the Spright red. And then he summons the like what? This guy had the nuts, man. He had everything. Even if you Ghost Ogre the adventure package, like if they don't have the adventure package, because I'm trying to Ghost Ogre I'm trying to snipe the gigantic, but I can't because they always have the adventure package. Always. So if I have a complaint, just ban Griffin Rider, and this deck is gonna fall off. 1000%. I guarantee this deck is gonna fall off. One hand trap, this deck is done. Yeah, Imperm, Valor, those are good again against that deck because there's no, even those are good because there's no adventure package. So that's really what I believe in my heart of hearts. After playing this deck for some amount of time, so yeah, that's whack. I can't stand it. It's really upsetting. But anyways, it's tilting. Then yeah, he's gonna link off. So yeah, if anybody has the right to complain, it's players such as myself. You know, you guys just saw that I did what I could to stop what he has. This man just had everything against my mediocre board, but he still access code talkers. With his links being banished, which is good. He can only pop once, it looks like. So, but I actually lost in time. I took the damage and lost in time here. Spoiler. So then he also had a triple tactics too. Like come on, bro. Like he had the adventure package. He had the Spright setup. He had the TTT. Like what? I can't beat that. Like whoa. I'm not gonna be able to beat that. I wish one of my sets were. I mean, even if he hasn't even linked summon Exceed summon yet. So even if I did have then he activates the starter. Like, yo, where did he get all this stuff? Where did he get all this stuff, man? Just he didn't even need to take my Dark Law. He had the pure gas. He had the. You can't, like, look, there are just some things in this world, guys. Sometimes you're just not supposed to win. So, and I was saying, even if I had a blowout card myself, such as Dimensional Barrier, wouldn't have done anything because he hasn't even XYZ summoned yet. So, know, even I had that, so he wouldn't have even been able to do that. But I actually ended up losing in time, so yeah, because this was a long game, not including the disregarding the cut. So yeah, super rough, lackluster board. I wasn't able to turn skip, and honestly, guys, I really should have really. I'm going back to focusing on the Neil Swingman line. If I do that, I have a favorite contact, but it's not going to do anything. So if I go back to the Neil's Wingman line more so, focus on that, because I'm doing 3 instant contact, I could have wiped his board. I could have interrupt something, at least, right? But I end up losing the time, so it's frustrating, though. You guys saw everything that he had, like, play by play. I don't know. It's just he kept pulling cards out the walls, out of his deck. It was like he picked up his deck and was like, okay, well, I'll just play this. All right, cool. I'll just play that next. And that's what it felt like, you know. But good game to him. Joaquin's a very strong player. He usually tops. He's a judge. But sometimes they have what they have. Now, I can complain about whether that's skill or not. I can complain about if that's skill or not. I can, because I'm actually playing against it. I'm not sitting here watching it or watching the top meta result. I can complain about it. If I'm going to complain, I'm able to do that. Nightmare Healing Soft, Nightmare Phoenix. And yeah, we favor contact. But I lose the time here, so I do shake his hand, but you know, for brevity, this is already a 30-minute long video. So I really appreciate you guys. So I'll be back to you guys with hopefully some new results this weekend. And I favor contact, but it's not gonna matter. I try to go into, I think, the absolute 0 in time. But I will go into some, you know, hopefully some better results this coming weekend. And I already took the damage, so. But I love you guys. You guys be good to yourselves. I draw a Rhoda. There's a handshake. And be good to yourselves. Till next time.